world where equality is just another euphemism for mediocrity, where participation is more highly valued than achievement, where just enough to get by is the new standard of excellence. There is a small minority of people who fight back against such apathy, who struggle daily to reach new heights. These brave few are the hope for the future, the bright shining light for the next generation. They are the ones who will lead us to the places we have never dreamed of, to the undiscovered country, to reach goals only a few can even begin to imagine. Unfortunately, none of those people could be here tonight, so kick back and relax. Prepare yourself for several hours of fun, friendship, fascinating conversation, and fabulous music. All those F's, that's an alliteration and kind of a radio trick. Speaking of radio, you're listening to the most popular radio station in the history of broadcast radio, at least among stations that originate from Chris's living room. It's Curious Times. Your host is Curious Listener. Here she is, Chris.
All righty. Welcome, everybody, to Curious Times. It's the first day of November. And we got snow again today. It's not like knee-high or anything like that, but so that's 2 days in a row, snow. And, but is it going to hurt when you go back to get it fixed? So we did. We almost always got snow by Halloween, and so they didn't. I woke up yesterday to snow, and then a lot of it had melted, but not all. And then you got to pull the tooth. Here, I can help. Just pull it yourself. Don't be such a sissy. Do it the Curious Times way. Save yourself $500 at the dentist, you know. Anyhow, so November 1, and blink your eyes, and we're going to be already doing Auld Lang Syne or whatever here at Curious Times on New Year's Eve. So it's been a long while. I canceled the month before, and then last month was when the audio servers were down on Intuitalks. So it's been a couple months anyway since I had Barbara here, and so I'm kind of excited to see what kind of mysteries and things like this Barbara has been uncovering of late in the world of the metaphysical, and just catch up with her and find out what's been going on. For anybody that's been living under a rock, she is a spiritual intuit. She's a psychic and a medium and all of that, but she doesn't like those titles, and I don't blame her. She also has had her own show for years and years, called Nightlight, on Revolution Radio or Freedom Slips, whichever way you want to call that. It can be found at freedomslips.com. She created her own oracle deck, called the Cosmic Deck of Initiation. Beautiful deck, and it's round. The cards are round, you guys. It's the coolest thing. The coolest thing. The coolest thing in the whole wide world. Round cards. And they all have these, see, this is my filing system in my brain. Mandalas. And on all the cards. And so, very unique deck. And Barbara reads them much better than I do. She's also the author of a book called Whispers of Spiritual Wisdom. You can get both the cards and the book at Amazon. And just go to Amazon.com and just type in Barbara DeLong. You know what I'm saying? And she's been doing this for 5 decades now. I should update that. 5 decades. 5 golden decades. 1 million love readings and 80,000 dead people. She has read them all. Okay. Anyway, I don't know what got into me there. I think I was channeling. Just go check out Barbara's website, because I'll tell you what, you can get lost on Barbara's website forever. She's got so much cool, amazing information on there. and it's at www.barbara.delong.com. You can go to YouTube and check out a documentary that she's done as well, she was part of, and the narrator for, called The Secrets of the Stones. Secrets of the Stones. And that's, if you go to YouTube and then just look up the user Oracle Tracker. And so let's just get on with it and get Barbara on here. Hey, Barbara.
Hey. I have to correct you. Yeah. I have a YouTube channel.
Oh.
And so if everybody, please go to Barbara DeLong YouTube channel, and you'll find me there. And I'm going to start doing videos. So that the videos will be live. I'm going to use Zoom as soon as I learn how to use it. But there are almost 70 shows up there, and there are quite a few that are actually videos. And Secrets of the Stones is there, as well as the other documentary that I was a part of, whose name I can't remember, but it's there. But there is South Africa. It's a South African documentary that both Patrick and I were in, and that's up there as well.
Sweet. I see. How do I subscribe right there?
Yeah, you hit the subscribe button. Help me get over 100. I'm at like 98, and
subscribed.
Yeah.
12,000.
No. Oh no, you're 12,000.
Well, subscribed, 12K. 12K equals 12,000.
You can't be on my YouTube channel. I've only got 98 people there.
Maybe that's...
I do have a...
Okay, hang on. Then that's Steiger or whatever. Hang on.
Yeah, that's Wayne Steigers.
Well, Jesus.
Well, okay, you know.
Okay. I didn't want to... You're at... Okay. Barbara DeLong. Like, I just search Barbara DeLong. It should give me the top freaking... I'm going to go to this then.
I sent you the link on Skype.
Okay.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening.
Boys and girls.
Boys and girls. Get a grip, buddy. Okay. Here.
Yeah, that was just a show I just came off of.
Okay. Paste and go. Jeez Louise. I subscribed to somebody's channel I don't want to subscribe to then. 106.
Well,
you're
can...
106 already. Now you're 107.
Yay!
Yeah, we'll get you. Oh shit! You set your bar way too low. We'll have you to 500.
Well, it's only been up, a little while, but a lot of the shows on there, a lot of the are videos, but some of them are audio. And the documentary is Issues of Faith, UFOs, Aliens, and Religion. Now, it's interesting because I was able to get that one up on my channel, as well as Secrets of the Stones. Secrets of the Stones has archived over 60,000 times on YouTube. And Issues of Faith has archived over 23,000 times.
That's
amazing. So that's really cool. So I am definitely going to be doing teaching on here. I'm going to be doing I love the fact that that Renee does Teaching Tuesday, and I'm thinking I may decide to do something similar to that. But not Tuesday, of course. But I'm gonna pick a day, and I'm gonna teach how to use
Fact Finding Fridays or something with Barbara DeLong.
Well, I'm gonna do some. I'm gonna teach people how to use the cards in short little blurbs.
Oh yeah.
And I may even, I haven't done anything lately with the star points, but I will get back to doing those meditations and those visiting ancient sites and things like that.
I should try and find some clips from the first time I used your cards, and then you could start your tutorial by saying, "Here's how not to use them."
Yes, that might be appropriate.
So you have been very busy then. Good for you. Very cool. What's your
very
top?
busy?
What are you? You always have some mystery or historical thing or metaphysical thing that you're up to your elbows in researching usually. And so, the
latest thing was the Marcel Vogel crystals, which are fascinating. And while I had heard of Marcel Vogel, he was an IBM executive. He was just about as scientific as they come, and he started to work on the communication between the mind and plants, and he did a whole bunch of stuff on that, and that took him into working with water, and then it went into crystals, and then he suddenly discovered that he could alter the energy of a crystal if it was faceted appropriately. He then sent a guy named Dan Willis into the mines in Arkansas to pick up crystals for him, and Dan did. And there's only one person in the United States today that carves the Vogel crystals, and they're done differently because they're double terminated, but the termination on each end is different. I did learn that crystals grow one of two ways. They grow in a left-handed spiral or a right-handed spiral, which I didn't know. And it's quite fascinating. And I asked these two guys, I had them on a radio show, and the show is on the YouTube channel. You can listen to it there. I asked them, does it make a difference in how you use the crystal? As to, whether you use a left-handed spiral or a right-handed spiral. My thought would have been that if you are going to do just internal work, you would use a left-handed spiral because that would draw the energy into yourself. And if you were going to use the crystal for healing, you would use a right-handed spiral because that's the sending side. They had never heard of that. So I sent them both back to the drawing board, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the Vogel crystals are beautiful.
Yeah. He does a lot of crystal skulls too, or I'm on the crystalskulls.com, Marcel Vogel, and it has all kinds of crystal skulls, and then it has his Vogel crystal cut that he created. Also designed the Vogel crystal cut, which allegedly focuses universal life force by concentrating it and transforming it to a higher level or vibration. Vogel crystals are cut extremely precise angle of 51 degrees, 51 minutes, 51 seconds, which is also known as the precise angle of the sides of the Great Pyramid of Giza. The crystal is further designed along the geometry of the Tree of Life symbol. Its design is said to have come to him in a dream.
Yeah, they're really cool, and there are a couple of sites that are extraordinarily expensive. A little 2.5-inch crystal can run you as much as $800 or $900. I did find one cheaper.
And so on the left hand, the wider base.
That's the receiving end.
Well, he's got this as and it's input female. I don't want to go any further into that. And
no.
Universal receiving end. 52% angle, and then the output male personal projecting end, more acute angle at 60%.
It's fascinating stuff, and I did find one. I looked all over the place. I wanted one. And I don't normally, I'm not somebody that normally, has to have a crystal because but this one, this felt like there was something there that because of the angles, because of the whole thing. So I did search, and I did find one that was reasonable, and can't wait for it to come. I mean, a $500 crystal is no way in heck I would pay that kind of money for a crystal.
No. Did you find one that was like what, around $100 or what?
Yeah, less than 100.
Yeah. How big is it? Is it like little?
It's I think it's about 3 inches.
Mm.
And it's cut by a kid It's cut by a cutter in South America someplace who had studied all of the Vogel material, and it's cut at the 51, 51, 51 and angles and everything. So it was I'm very excited about that. I'm going to play with that a lot. It's been a
very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would, because I'm thinking, like, I just had this into my head, like, for no good reason. Like, I'd be using the sending side to communicate with, try and make communication with whatever's out there. Like with.
But it's only a tool. You don't need a crystal for that, Chris.
No, I know. But there's something about it. You know what I mean? Because it's been specifically. Because it's been so specifically cut, and because it's like it's the numbers of the Giza, of the pyramids at Giza. I always in my mind I have this notion of extraterrestrial as it relates to pyramids, and so like for me that would be a crystal I would use with me if I were trying to send a message to an extraterrestrial, just to see what would happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Something about them, because everything is math. Everything is math. And, and it's so, like, we aren't an accident. I mean, if there had been, like, one little number off in all of it all, like, we wouldn't exist. And
that's true.
So everything is so absolutely mathematic and precise, and so.
Oh, you want to hear an interesting piece of trivia?
Mm-hmm.
I found this the other day, and I'm shaking my head. We have 46 chromosomes. Those are the building blocks of our bodies, right?
Yeah.
And we're very complicated.
Yes, we are.
So a potato has 48 chromosomes. An elephant has 56. A woolly mammoth has 58 chromosomes. A hermit crab has 254 chromosomes. And there's a fern out there that has 1,260.
So what kind of things have less chromosomes than us?
A pea plant.
Oh.
and a kangaroo.
And a kangaroo.
A pea plant has only 14 chromosomes, and a kangaroo has 16. So it just, when we get to thinking about, we are such complex organisms, not so much.
Yeah.
It does.
I'm going to look into that some too.
Yeah, it definitely was, just food for thought. But cool. I'm getting back to my. I'm going to Nashville tomorrow for the weekend, and then I'll be back, and I'm going to start up the meditation, the distant viewing meditations again. I'm gonna learn how to do videos on YouTube. I haven't figured out how to do live videos on YouTube yet, but I'll figure it out.
And I'm just gonna say it. You know what I mean? Like, in order to drive traffic to your YouTube site, you might want to consider doing Facebook Live for a couple of weeks first. Get people used to, and at the same time plug your YouTube site, and then drive the people there, and then start doing the broadcasting or the live stream on YouTube there. But in the meanwhile, if you went Facebook Live, because you have a lot of followers on Facebook, yes?
Yes.
Yes, and so what would happen is as soon as you go live, those people would get into their feed like Barbara DeLong is live now. And then they click it and boom, they're there on your page watching. And that would be a great way, I would think, of driving.
Well, I think what I'm going to learn how to use is Zoom. And Zoom lets you broadcast on Facebook and on YouTube Live.
Oh, okay. There you go.
So
you get my point is to say.
Oh yeah.
Because the bulk of your followers are on Facebook, and get that traffic going hard on your YouTube.
What got me was I did a show with Jeffrey Doherty. I interviewed him and I sent him the MP4 and he posted it on his YouTube channel, and in less than a week it had 2,000 hits.
Yeah.
And I took a look and I said, there seems to be an audience out here I have missed.
Yeah.
and so
you monetize it, right? And get a little bit of coin in the meanwhile.
Well, no, I wasn't even looking at that part. I was looking at, because I don't need the money.
All right.
And I think this stuff should be given away anyhow. So, I'm having that's my fun, that's my joy.
No,
I play
your viewers don't pay. It's all the advertising and everything. But
I know.
You get a chunk.
I think I do profit share on Blog Talk, and every now and then I do get a check from them. So, but it's been exciting. I have interviewed some really, really fascinating people, and I'm having fun with it. I'm booked up, and so far I'm booked up to the middle of March.
Wow, good for you.
That's if people show up, of course.
Yeah. What I mean. They will.
For the most part, they do. For the most part, they do.
You don't stand up.
Well, it's been. I have done the time zone dance with a number of people who were, 12 hours ahead or 16 hours behind or whatever, and when we have those misses, it can be profoundly strenuous sitting for 2 hours talking.
And right now is a tough time because the people like in the UK and other places in the world, they do their time change at a different time than we do. Like ours will be this weekend, but theirs has already changed, and so that gets to be confusing too. You know what I mean, for guests and booking and all that kind of stuff. So once you're past that, clear sailing.
Yeah, I just but it's been very, very busy and very, very overwhelming. When I realized I had missed a boat on a whole new audience out there, I took 10 days and took 60 of my radio shows and made movies out of them. Learned how to take the MP3 and make it an MP4 and then condense it and then spit it up onto YouTube. Yep. And I noticed that a lot of the Intuitalks shows are up there.
Yeah. She's got them broadcasting on various places. I had to touch base with her and get caught up. She's starting to make some, going to be launching some other changes here too, and I'm hoping that one of them is the ability to upload audio to the server, and then I can get rid of using this.
Intuitalks?
No, I can get, Intuitalks is going to do that so that I don't have to use this voice meter mixer anymore. You know what I mean? And I think my sound overall will be better. But right now, that's the only way that I have to play audio. And so I think that she's going to be, I think she's actually got somebody hired in, helping out. And there's already been a number of changes, most of which I don't understand because I'm not a computer geek, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of improvements being made, and she's doing a really good job. On top of that, trying to run a business and a different business, and her dad recently passed away too, which was of course a huge blow for her. And I did an EVP that right away, and I got some good EVPs for her on that, and so that was interesting too.
Very cool.
Because I was just sitting here, it was like within less than 2 hours of showtime, and I don't really like to start anything within 2 hours before showtime because I get at risk of losing track of time and you know what I mean, forgetting about where I'm supposed to be. And so I was just sitting here, and it got I get these thoughts in my head sometimes, which is like it's not like I go like I should. There's a clue for me, but it's like I should do such and such. Is like I get a thought in my head that says you should do such and such. So that might be one clue for me as to, because I always have said I have great difficulty, distinguishing which is mine and which is in guidance being received. And so I received a message in my head saying you should do an EVP for Jenny. And I immediately grabbed my EVP machine and shut everything down and sat on the couch and did the session, and then I reviewed it, and then I sent it to Jenny and all that. And normally I would, if it was my own thought, like saying, hey, I should do that for Jenny, I would be like, that would be a tomorrow thing to do, because I still wanted to eat. And I was, like I say, less than 2 hours to showtime. So, so now it was really interesting because I then, tried to get a hold of Jenny to send it to her. I didn't want to just send it. I wanted to say, is it too soon for you? Or do you want to hear it? You know what I mean? I knew she'd probably want to, but I just didn't want to send her an audio file and have her open it and then be in the wrong space at the wrong time or something. So, at the time, she didn't reply to me, and so I decided to phone her on Skype and phone her cell phone. And so she didn't pick up. So I left her a voicemail, just said, hey, Jenny, blah, 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 you know what I mean? And I did this EVP session, and I can send it if you want it. So then afterwards, I find out, at that time that I was calling her, in the time while I was doing the EVP session, because we can trace the time from when I called her back. So she was I think she's moving into a new place with her husband, and so they were at the new place getting things ready and all of that, And she was having an emotional time at that time that I was doing this EVP session. And she was crying and everything like this, and then she heard her phone ring, and the phone was away from her, and she didn't want to be bothered to go get it. So after she got herself together and everything like that, she went to go get her phone, and she says to her husband as she's getting the voicemail, because it said unidentified or something like that, right? Caller. She says to her husband, "It's Dad." You know what I mean? And then she gets my voicemail, and she kind of goes, it kind of is Dad. And, I really feel like that, this was within a couple of days, I think, of him crossing. And I feel very strongly that he came to me wanting to do this, to get a message to Jenny. before he went off to go and do what he needed to go do. You know what I mean? And
that could be, yeah.
And there was some really great stuff there for her, and so that was very cool. Very cool.
That's very cool.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was like really like there was stuff like I always, when I'm doing one for somebody else, I don't know the answers to some of the questions I'm asking. Hey, so I don't know what to listen for. And so even though I picked out some, and I picked out some like where I heard Jen and things like this, I heard a few other things. There was do you have a message for Jenny? And like it sounded like I love you. And when we slow that down, she got it, her hands on it, and she took that section and slowed it down. And slowed down, it sounds more like I'm proud of you. Proud of you. Either way, I can show. I might be able to show one time on the camera if I like hold the machine. You know, I don't know if it would pick it up, but if I held the machine really close to the camera, it might show you guys like how quick. Like it shows when it's scanning all the FM frequencies. It shows you the bar moving through all the frequencies and how quickly it moves. So
wow.
You can see that it's not the same station that those words are being said, yet it's the same voice for that, you know, and it's not like a human sounding voice either. And so those are the things that I kind of look for when I'm reviewing an EVP, and so I really feel like that he like came to me to say, you know, just like Mary Margaret, you know, one day she was using her EMF. No, it was some other. Was it an EMF or it was like one of those where it lights up? You say light up if the answer is yes or this or that. You know what I mean? And light red or light green or whatever EMF. Okay, and so I knew intuitively, like she wanted to know that was her mom. And I kind of knew intuitively it wasn't her mom. And so this happened on the radio show. And she kind of says, like I kind of says, Kate, ask her, you know, like blah, blah, blah. And I'm like trying to spit out really just like tell her to light it up if her name is, you know, I meant to say Jane Doe. That's what I was gonna like, just to throw out a garbage name. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And instead, like I go, what was it? Something Davis. What was the first name?
Patricia Davis.
Sorry?
Patricia Davis Newell.
Can you type it? Because you're all broken up.
I remember this. You got the name.
Patricia. Yeah, Pat. So I said, like, I'm thinking Jane Doe. Instead, I go Pat Davis. And she falls off her freaking chair because this was her cousin that had died 2 years to that day.
Well, that's so cool.
And I just knew it wasn't her mother, is all. And so, again, right there, I just feel like that the cousin, like, I'm not the one reaching them. They're reaching me. You know what I mean? And so the cousin is there getting pissed off at Mary Margaret, going like, mother, mother, mother. You know, there's other dead ones. There's other dead ones of us here, and you just, like, totally ignore us, you know? And so, you know, I feel like that her cousin took advantage of me being here and put those words into my mouth, like into my voice, like, you know, it didn't even, like, it wasn't even there long enough for me to process before I was saying it, you know, and so so I just you know, I'm an easy channel apparently. Therefore, I'm not responsible for anything I say. And so it's kind of good. And if I start to, you know, pay pay closer attention to when it's a thought in my head, like when I'm just alone or whatever, and pay more attention to if it says you versus I. Because I think when it's my thought, I go like, I should go do this, right? I should go do that. I got to get this done. I got to get that done. Sometimes I've had other experiences where, like one time, I had it in my head. I'm laying on my couch, and I had not been to this website this message board in a long while, and it's like, you should go log on to that place. And so I get up right away and go do it. And boom, boom, boom. Isn't it right at the very precise moment in time where one of their admin people have done some kind of a changing of the board, of the message board, like knew this, knew that, and messing around with it, but made a mistake, and they had been keeping a secret forum that was now visible and accessible. And in this forum, they're bad-mouthing me a lot and a few of the other people. And on the main message board, they're all like love and light and everything like this, right? But then they're in there at the same time, going, and like just like brutal. And so, but you know what I mean? Like, for me to get this like idea, I hadn't been to that website because intuitively I knew these people were kind of like that. You know what I mean? And so I just kind of like backed away. And so anyhow, at this very moment, it's in the middle of the night or something, I get this, you should go log on there. And I go do it, and boom, right at this moment, like this forum is wide open. And so I went through it, and I copied and pasted as much as I could.
That's what I would have done.
And then they tried to deny it later, and I'm all like, because I confronted the one lady whose board it was, and I go like, and she's like trying to dance around it, and I go like, I have your exact words. I know what you guys do in your little secret forum, and I go like, that's not very nice of you, is it?
Wow.
And so busted, you know what I mean? But
I would say so, totally.
Yeah.
Wow.
But that's one other example of when I get these, little.
Well, yeah, I think it really is. I know when Patrick was passing, I was sitting with him, and I kept thinking, I don't want to be here when he passes. I don't want to be able to. I don't want to physically be here when that happens. And I sat there for hours and hours and hours, and I suddenly heard a voice, and I can't to this day tell you if it was male or female. It wasn't Patrick's voice, and it said, "Go home now." And normally I would have most probably said, "Who the hell is this?" And I would have questioned, I would have challenged, but I didn't. I got right up. I went to the nurse's station, said, I have to go home. I have to walk the dog and feed the cats, and I'll be right back. And if there's any change, just call me. And I got home, and there was a message to call the nurse's station, and I did, and she said, he passed as soon as you left.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, thank you. I just didn't want to be there when that happened. I was sure that he'd...
It's that, and also the one that's in the process of dying can hang on if they don't want to die in the presence of someone. And that thing happened with my great aunt and my second cousin, who I call my aunt and my cousin. And my uncle, and he was the guy that was like the closest older man that I ever had in my life. And he's the guy that I used to, in Saskatchewan, every weekend on Friday after work, I would drive there about 40 minutes or whatever away, and then spend the weekend there. I had my own room there, you know what I mean? And I was always an early riser, and me and him would be up at 0600 or whatever, drinking pots of coffee and smoking cigarettes like chimneys. and just talking. Like, he would tell all these old corny stories and other informative stories, and my aunt and my cousin would sleep till 2:00 in the afternoon or something. And so he was a long lingering death. His organs were all rotting within. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Rotting away. And he wouldn't die. He wouldn't, but they wouldn't leave his side. So finally, somebody convinced the mother and the daughter to go home and have a shower and a little nap or something and come back.
Yeah.
This is after weeks, you know what I mean? And so essentially, by the time they get home, he had died. Like, he was waiting for them to not be there. He did not want his wife and daughter to see him die. His son was there with him. You know what I mean? But he did not want the wife and the daughter to be there when he died. I strongly believe that. So he hung on. You know what I mean? He hung on.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Yeah.
And I know that, it's not that it was a surprise that he was passing. It was just that I just had this thing about not wanting to see him go.
Yeah. Isn't that evening? Are you going to do a couple of readings after, or I'm getting a few requests here in private messages?
Whatever you want me to do.
Yeah. Okay. And so, it's so I guess that, I just have to keep on trying to be patient with it. And I understand that whatever, abilities or whatever that I do have are not necessarily of the kind where I'm going to sit here and do reading after reading for people. You know what I mean? And,
you remind me in that genre of Patrick, because Patrick's way of reading somebody was get a life, okay, next,
Like, they'd be like, I used to always joke, like, if you get me doing readings for you and you guys ask me, like, well, I had an interview today, will I get the job? Nope. Next.
Yeah.
You know what? Like, what? You don't have to go for a half an hour. If someone asks a question that
Patrick's theory on the whole thing was that that they didn't they should figure it out for themselves, and it would be if you want to pay him, he'll take the money, and then nope, go away.
Yeah. Like, I will train people to, as we've spent enough time over the years, right, trying to encourage people to be thoughtful about the question that they ask and how they ask it.
Yeah.
And, like, instead of saying, will I ever be in love? Like, say, what can I do or change to enhance my opportunities?
Yeah.
That would be a better.
Sure. No, it's just going to a psychic for a reading, is, depending on the reader, you can either get good information or bad, and if you get bad information, that's gonna screw with your head, and and of course, if you get good, it'll screw with your head in a good way. But the thing is, it's people should be asking themselves these questions. People should be figuring these things out for themselves, because they have a master spirit inside of them all, each and every one, and all they have to do is pay attention to the subtleties that spirit is giving them, and they can get all the answers they want.
Yeah. Very interesting.
So it's kind of funny, because I don't know what caused this, but I'll do readings, but it does not seem to be the focus of my work the way it once was. I mean, I can remember a time when I did 2 and 3 reading shows a week, and I don't do any on my own show at all anymore. And it's just that there are so many other things that we should be paying attention to.
Yeah.
That this now becomes. I mean, yes, it is. It is a form of self-help, but it's also in some ways a parlor trick. And while there is good information that's given, I just really feel that people need to really spend the time. I mean, ask me titles of books to read. Ask me, where to go for information. Ask me, ask me something that is a challenge to me. Help me to grow too. And so that's my new thing on reading. It'll change next week probably, but that's where I am today.
Huh.
And most readers I talk to are coming to the same conclusion. It's kind of like we need to grow beyond this particular category that we have put ourselves in. We need to expand our consciousness. We need to move into new dimensions. We need to, stretch ourselves. And people who just do readings are stuck in just doing readings. And there has to be something more.
Yeah. No, that's absolutely right. Absolutely right. Well, listen, why don't I do a song, and then we'll come back and I know
You're
people have
sing?
been. Yep. I sang earlier. I sang earlier, and so I'm gonna have. There's Michelle and Sharon. Let me know if you're wanting reading too, and Mary, let me know. Push 1, Mary, if you want a reading. Push that 1 right now so that I can keep track of. If not, then I'm not going to come to you, Mary. Mary, okay. She did. Okay, good. Thanks, Mary. So there's 3.
Okie doke.
And two for sure, and maybe 3. And Michelle. Okay, I'm going to do a song, and we'll come back after that.
Are you looking for a place to meet like-minded people? Perhaps you're a light worker looking for a safe place to share your thoughts and services. We've got a place for you, intuitalks.com. Join for free, post updates, blogs, create and join groups via website or radio or class package. The possibilities are endless. Join the all spiritual, all under one roof network, www.intuitalks.com.
All right, we're back. Oh, see, I missed it just by a second. Too many windows open, and I clicked the wrong one to put an end to that. So we're back. Quick shout out, Amy's there, Amish comedian. Nice to see you again, 2 nights in a row. And so Amish is a Nick fan and a Barbara-delon fan, and hates all my other guests. Just kidding. And I think that's we have North Carolina. I think that'll be Sharon. Christy Sargent, nice to see you as well. CJ is there. Dan the man, the meat smoking dude. And Deb, we got some people crawling out of the woodwork. I guess they're all big Barbara-delon fans, you know what I mean? And Diane in Canada, Kathleen, not Kathleen Moore. A different Kathleen. Hello, Kathleen. Mary Margaret, Michelle, Sharon. Hi, Sharon. On another Sharon. There's 86,000 Sharons. No, there's Sharon and Sharon. So there's a different person from North Carolina. Is that Michelle from North Carolina? I don't know who's who anymore. Who's North Carolina? And then Mary, Kimber is listening by phone. Hiding behind the name of T. Walters. Don't know who the hell that is, or neither does she, but I've lost track. I don't know who the North Carolina caller is now. Because Sharon is somewhere separate. And so that's funny. There's 2 people from North Carolina, it would appear. And so how do you like them apples? We're a big hit in North Carolina. And so let's just go get Barbara back. Hi, Barbara.
Hey there.
All right. So we have at least a few and maybe 4. We'll see.
Cool.
And be careful how you ask your questions, people. Garbage in, garbage out.
Oh, jeez.
And I just think, be thoughtful about your question. Don't go, oh, whatever. Because then don't be in the queue. Right, Barbara? Don't be in the queue. It's whatever.
Oh, don't ask me how to sell your couch either. So.
No kidding, hey?
No,
so,
that was awful.
Well, let's go and I want to find out who this North Carolina person is. Who's this North Carolina person? You just heard a beep in your ear. Yes, you. Pam, you're going to hear another beep, and now you're going to hear one more. Who's this?
Who's this? Hey, Chris.
Oh, it's okay. There you go, Robert. Yeah, so there's our other North Carolina. I always forget. Why do I have you?
Know.
Why do I think you're Florida all the time in my stupid head?
I don't know. But that's okay. I don't mind.
All right. You're just listening or what?
Yeah, just listening.
Thank you, darling. And that's Robert DeLong. Robert DeLong. Now I got the mix. Robert. Oh, my God. Robert Sharp, the host of Bite Radio Me on Blog Talk Radio. And now he hung up. As soon as I married him off, he hung up. He's proof.
I think he's already taken.
Yeah, he is. Roy wouldn't be happy.
No, I don't think so.
And okay, so let's go and get. So we're gonna get. I'm gonna go and get Sharon. Sharon it's been a long time since Sharon's been here. How are you doing, Sharon?
I've been great. How have you been, Chris?
Oh, very good. How nice of you to find us.
I know. I actually was listening to Barbara, and I went to her website, and that's where I got the link to your radio show. And so I immediately signed up. And, yeah, it's been a long time. Hello, Barbara.
Hi.
I've missed you both.
Well, you too.
Y'all are both doing good?
Yeah, where have you been hiding? Because I haven't.
Well, I bought a house, and it was about the same time Chris moved to this venue, and she left Blog Talk. And I'm out in the boonies, and I didn't have internet, and I just recently got internet. I'm back in business.
Make sure you go to my YouTube station and subscribe. Because
I did. I actually did that.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Yeah, so I'm glad I found y'all.
Me too. It's nice to have you kicking around. We're not on every night religiously anymore. I've gotten tired of chasing people around, you know what I mean? And so you can follow me on Facebook. I post the show every time before we come on air. I post it there. And and so, you can always check it there, and I will get, in case you don't have me, like you should be on my Facebook.
Yeah, I am. I just haven't been on there in so long. I think it's been about a year and a half, something like that.
2 years or more since I moved here.
Yeah, because I got the house in March. So when did you leave Blog Talk? And I mean a year ago, March.
2 Octobers ago. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, and see, I was busy packing and all that, before I moved, which is funny because Barbara had done a letter rip, and she says, I keep seeing moving around you. And I've been, on a search to find a house for like a year. I was beginning to think it wasn't ever going to happen, but it finally did.
There you go. Good. So do you have a question for Barbara then?
Well, I was going to ask, does she still do a letter rip?
Sure.
That would be awesome.
Okie dokie. Next 12 months going to be a time of transition and transformation for you. It feels as though there's a new energy that's all around you, and it's shifting and changing your perspective and moving you in new and different directions. It looks very exciting, actually. It's also a time in which it feels as though there's going to be a lot more intellectual stuff going on. So it feels like you're kind of educating yourself in new and different ways, and I do feel that there's going to be a lot of reading around you. There's a lot of wisdom around you. It feels as though you're sort of opening yourself up to some new modalities and some new understandings and philosophies, and it looks like it's going to be a very exciting time for you as we get into the December time frame. Feels like there are choices here. You have a lot of choices going on, and remember that you do have free will, so don't feel compelled or forced into a corner. Make sure that you always take your time, and if somebody is trying to pressure you, just back away, because if there's pressure involved, you will most probably be pushed into the wrong direction for yourself. So when you feel that there is pressure, then back up and get a Diet Coke or a cup of coffee or a piece of cake or whatever, and just let the dust settle, because it feels to me those are times when there is a chance that you could be shoved off track for a little while. It does feel like December is going to be a time when you do see that you do have choices that you hadn't anticipated or thought about, and it's a very exciting time for you, because you have new directions that you're going to be able to stretch yourself into, which look to be mind expanding, spirit expanding. It feels like it's an amazing time for you, especially as we get into 2018. You're evolving into a new direction. You're evolving into a new way of expressing yourself. So there's new creativity coming in. And there's a beginning of the understanding of new dimensions and new areas that you're going to expand yourself into, which will be very enlightening and expanding for you as you hit the February time frame. This is a good time for you. This is a time where I see you opening yourself up, taking down barriers that you've sort of built up, and allowing yourself to mix and mingle with new people. And there seem to be a lot of new people coming into your life this next year. As you hit March, this is a time in which you kind of understand a little bit more about what is driving you, because there is an inner drive here that is really quite profound, and it feels as though you're much more comfortable with it than you ever have been, knowing that you'll never know exactly where it is you're supposed to go or what you're supposed to do, but trusting in the fact that when you feel that push, that there will be doors opening for you so that you can step through the open doors. Please don't pound your head against doors that are closed. Let doors open for you, because there are portals that are going to be opening up in the springtime that are going to be very exciting and adventuresome for you. As you hit April, there's a sense here of expanding your intuition, of trusting it more, of becoming more comfortable with it, and allowing it to help you to make some choices that you're going to have to make. It does feel as though as you hit the May time frame that there's money coming into your life above and beyond what you anticipate. And home seems to expand. It feels like there's work that's done on the home. It feels like you're sort of rearranging a lot of things. You're redoing a lot of things, and you're creating a sacred space for you. It also feels as though there's a sense here of flowers and gardens and things like that. So even if you are a gardener, it looks very exciting for you. If you're not a gardener, I'd start with pots and then move on from there. But you're going to have you're going to have very, very good luck with growing things, especially things outside. Not so much inside, but outside. It feels as though you're going to be you're going to have some extraordinary luck with planting things and harvesting things. And I happen to be a flower grower more than a vegetable person myself, but I'm seeing you with vegetables and flowers. But the thing you have to watch with vegetables that if you pick the flowers, you never get the fruit. I learned that the first year. I also learned that with what was it? With artichokes, they have the most beautiful flower, but of course, if it flowers, it doesn't produce a fruit. But it's a pretty flower. Anyhow, as you get into the June time frame, you're attracting new people to yourself. There's new energy here. There's new direction. There are new hobbies that are coming up. And I feel you taking up some things that you've thought about in the past, but you thought, I'm going to do that, later when I get time. And this is going to be, June is a time where I strongly suggest that you start checking off the boxes of things, of projects that you were going to do. This is a time to start those projects. Your house is in order as you get into the summertime. July and August both seem to be a time for hibernation of sorts for you. It feels like you're going to do some going over of lessons in the past, and you're going to put things away. You're going to put things to bed. You're going to tie up loose ends. Your house is in order, and it feels as though as you hit the fall time frame, this is a time frame where pieces of a puzzle fall into place, and you begin to see a new direction for you. And it's in 2018, towards the end of the year, that there is absolutely a new direction that you're going to be going in that's going to open you up to new people, new excitement, and new modalities to use and utilize in order to channel new energy into your life and open you to a lot of new horizons that seem to be opening up for you. Okay?
Oh, that was awesome. Thank you so much, Barbara.
You're so welcome.
Awesome. Well,
you're not moving again.
You're not moving again. You can
No, I didn't catch that. What did you say?
You're not moving again, so you can untie.
Oh, thank God. I don't think I could handle another move.
No, that's how I feel, like I'm stuck here till I die, you know what I mean? Because I just...
Exactly.
I don't want to be... I can't. I could not even think about it. One time when I was young, I moved my whole place all by myself. The only thing I could not get on my couch alone, on my truck alone, was my big, huge couch. I needed a little bit of help with that.
Yeah, I just about moved myself too, except for the big stuff. But all the boxes I did.
Now I can't hardly lift the freaking vacuum cleaner, so.
Well, thank you so much, Chris and Barbara, and I'm so glad I come back.
Well, you know where we're at now, so don't be a stranger.
Yes, I sure do. Well,
all
thank you.
Thank you. Take care. Nice to hear your voice again.
Nice to hear your...
Oops, quick trigger finger. Why we don't get guns. So I made this, if you guys were here last night and Corrine or somebody shared this recipe for this chocolate fudge, it's not different than when I made just like my own chili chocolate, and you just like take some coconut oil and some cocoa, and then whatever sweetener you want to use. And me, I like to put in some, what's that pepper? The red pepper, cayenne pepper. And basically, that's about it. A little bit of vanilla, put it in the fridge, it hardens. And it's a healthier chocolate. But to me, it's not like real fudge at all. I would do it the way I used to do it, which is I would just take some wax paper then and spread it thinner, and then it's more like a chocolate bar and easier to break off pieces and like that. But it's healthier than whatever other kind you would make. So anyway, it would call for maple syrup instead of sugar, and I don't really like maple syrup. Figure that for a Canadian, hey? And I don't really like maple syrup, so I put a little bit of regular pancake syrup and a little bit of sugar. It's not a lot of sweetener in it, but anyway, there you go. Let's move on. Let's go get Michelle, and then we'll come to you, Mary, okay? Not Mary Margaret, but Mary Wary. Michelle.
Hey, good evening, Chris.
How are you?
I'm a little tired, but now I'm in the mood for chocolate after talking to you. Totally ready for that. So you mix cocoa with coconut oil?
Yeah, just take some coconut oil, and if it's summertime, it's already like in liquid form, coconut oil. But if it's wintertime, and like it is here, I had to melt it in the microwave. And then, like this is thicker than, it's not breaking off properly, but you know what I mean?
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So what happens though is because it's coconut oil, like if I held it in my fingers too long, it would just melt in my hand, right? And so you got to get it in your mouth really quick.
You got to move on it.
And And so, yeah, this coconut oil and whatever sweetener you want, and vanilla or no vanilla, it don't matter. You can throw whatever you want in there, really. Some people throw a little bit of peanut butter in even, you know what I mean? And then put it in the fridge, or if you want it faster, put it in the freezer.
Mm-hmm.
And, it, you know, of course, the coconut with so much, like this, to fill this container, like that thin, you can see here how thick it is, was 1/4 cup of coconut oil. Wait, 1/2 cup of coconut oil, 1/4 cup of cocoa, and then just, I didn't measure the sugar. I put a little squeeze of syrup, and I put a little bit of sugar. Not too much. I think it calls for 1/4 cup of maple syrup for the actual recipe itself. You know what I mean? And so, you know.
Well, I'm totally trying that because I have all the ingredients here. I'm totally trying that.
Well, what it is you get a craving for something sweet. You know what I mean? You can just make a little teeny bit, because once you're used to it, you don't have to measure anything. Just get a little bit of coconut oil.
Right, go by flavor then.
And just go by flavor, yeah. And then throw it in the freezer. It'll be done. If you make it really thin, like I said, I would take some wax paper and just spread it on the paper. And then it's really thin. And it's like solid, like in 2-3 minutes, you're ready to eat it. You know what I mean?
That sounds like in 10 minutes I'll be doing that.
If you like chili, my favorite thing is this, is Excellence, this chocolate bar called Excellence chili chocolate. And it's like a hot, spicy chocolate. It's beautiful. Okay. Beautiful. And so that's why I throw a bit of cayenne pepper in mine, you know? Okay. And it makes it sort of like chili. Anyway, let's move on. You got a question for Barbara?
Yeah, first, Barbara, it's been a long time since we talked, and I don't want to ask you about a couch.
Okay.
And it's been such a long time. I was wondering, would it be possible, would you be okay to do a letter rip for me as well?
Sure, no problem. I have to apologize to everybody. My cat is on my keyboard, so he's typing.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's just charming. Yes. Okay, so you're at a new place in time here. It does feel as though I feel strongly that there has been of late, over the last couple of months, a tremendous amount of material dumped on you, downloaded to you, I guess is a better way to put it. It feels like you've been experiencing a little bit of vertigo or unsettlement, or kind of wondering if you were sick or not. I'm seeing hot and cold flashes here too. It does feel as though this is an indication that there is a lot of spiritual material, energy, and wisdom that's being downloaded to you. You may not have access to it yet, but you will shortly. And it needs time to sort of be assimilated into the totality of you, and then it does feel as though you'll have access to it, so that there are going to be new directions and new projects that you're going to be working on that seem, really, really interesting. We're at a time here where there's an inner restlessness, and it feels like you are, you're kind of wanting to move into new directions. You don't exactly know where to go, but you just feel the need to move, and there's an itchiness here. And it isn't until December that I feel you coming and bringing yourself into a much better balance. Not that you're going to be nuts over the rest of this month, but it just feels like that you're not going to see openings for yourself to move into until we get into December, where there is a much better balance of your energetic field. And it feels like December is a time where you really are going to be able to take a look at some of your choices and make some interesting you're going to make some interesting choices. You don't have to make a singular choice. You can it's really more important that you prioritize things so that you can accomplish everything that you're looking at here. It looks really, really interesting. As you get into the January time frame, there's a new compassion inside of you. I do feel you finding new directions that you're going to put your energy into. You're an amazing compassionate and empathetic person, and it does feel you're going to be drawn in new directions, which are going to be enlightening, and they're going to bring new material and new energy into your life. As you hit February, there's laughter, joy, and celebration. February is a time where it almost feels like you've completed something and you're rewarding yourself. It feels like you're tying up loose ends and you're rewarding yourself. There's a tremendous amount of fun in the month of February. It's almost as though there's great excitement because you've completed something, you've reached a plateau, and it's time for you to choose the next direction you're going to go into. As you hit March, there's a unity of focus. It's almost as though March is a time where you're working on yourself, you're opening new doors, you're finding new modalities that you can incorporate into the totality of who you are. And it does feel as though you're looking for new wisdoms, new insights, new directions, new books to read. I got a lot of books that I've recommended on my website. You might want to check those out because there's some really good ones there. It's a time of expansion, and it feels as though there are going to be some areas that you've been thinking you wanted to try on, so to speak, as though I feel, creatively speaking, there are crafts of some sort that you're going to get involved in that you're going to find are very, very relaxing and soothing, and they open you up to bringing information through from the higher consciousness that is really quite profound. As you hit the April time frame here, there's a sense here of balance and justice. There's a sense of making sure that it feels like, first of all, that there are some legal papers of some sort signed, and then above and beyond that, it feels like you're seeing justice and balance in some situations with people, almost as though what goes around, comes up here, and you're seeing it explained and you're seeing it illustrated in some very unique ways in your life where you've chosen not to try to, quote-unquote, get even or right or wrong. You're just watching it. The universe takes care of it, and it really lets you know that if you let the universe do the balancing, the universe does it so much better than we could ever do it, and we don't have to get our hands dirty either. As you move into the May time frame, here's where I see spirit energy around you a lot. I see you really seeking to create that bridge of understanding between consciousness and higher consciousness. I feel you working on it, and I feel you coming to a really good place where there are moments when you're really getting amazing information from yourself, and it would be a good idea to start journaling the stuff you get, because the more you journal, the more you solidify that connection, and the more intense the information is going to be that you bring through. As you hit the June time frame, there's a sense here of dualities. It feels as though you're going to see multifaceted things happening in your life. You're going to be able to perceive situations from a lot of different directions, and it's going to help you to understand people and situations far better than ever before. Money coming into you in the July time frame, above and beyond what you anticipate. It feels as though there's a sense here of reward, but it's always for work given or energy that has been spent. It's not like it's a freebie. It feels as though it's definitely reward for work that you have done on some level that comes to you that you don't expect. As you hit the August time frame, there's also a sense of rolling up your sleeves and getting to work in new directions. It looks like it's a very exciting time for you. September is, and these are directions you don't anticipate now. These are projects that you have no idea of now, and it isn't until you hit the May time frame that you begin to understand the new directions you're going to be going in. So don't try to figure it out, because you won't be able to. You're going to try anyhow, but just be happy with the fact that when things happen, a light bulb goes on and magic happens in your life. It's really kind of cool. There's a sense here of letting go of things in the September time frame from the past, things that you've been carrying that have been burdens. I feel you letting go of these burdens to a great extent, not totally, but a lot more than you have in the past. I know that there's a part of you that says you've worked through everything. that was painful in the past, and I would suggest that some things need to be revisited just slightly because there's residue there that you can kind of clean out and get rid of. As you hit the October time frame of next year, you cross a threshold of understanding of this and other dimensions. Here's where you get into the more cosmically oriented stuff. Here's where you separate from the earth plane dogma and restrictions and allow yourself to expand into a cosmic consciousness that is very profound and will shift and change your life tremendously. Okay?
Wow, that was really, really fantastic. Thank you very much, Barbara, for your time.
You're so very welcome.
Go back and re-listen because there's a lot there, you know what I mean?
Totally.
Check it out in the archives, okay?
Yeah, thank you so much, both of you. Thanks, Chris, too.
All right, take a seat. Now we got Mary. Oh, and look we got Scarlett coming out of the woodwork tonight, too. Mary, how are you? Mary, you did push one. Mary, unmute your phone. Maybe you're muted. Okay, I'm going to come back to you. I'll go see if Scarlett wants a reading. Hi, Scarlett.
Of course. I need my yearly reading from Miss Barbara.
Then you have to go to my YouTube channel and subscribe, too.
Yeah. I have tried to find it, Barbara.
Oh.
Is it hiding from you? I see your post and stuff, and I try to go to it, and when you call, it doesn't go through.
Hey, listen. Just go to Barbara's website, barbara.delong.com. I'm sure you must have a link there, Barbara, yes?
Of course I do. But
yeah, I tried calling like last week where it came through my feed that you was having a show about something that I was interested in, and I was going to call and listen, but when I dialed the number, it wouldn't let me go through. And I seen where somebody else commented that they were having trouble getting through too.
Okay, well, what you do, are you in the chat room?
No.
Okay, you go to my YouTube channel, and all the shows are right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're talking about the Marcel Vogel one, the crystal one?
I don't know what. I just knew it was something that you had posted, and you were going to be talking about something.
Okay. Well, all the shows are right there on the YouTube channel.
And while you're at YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button.
Okay.
Okay. And the link to the YouTube channel is right on the front page of my website.
Okay.
So you just scroll down to it and you just click in and you're right there.
I will hunt you down like a dirty dog if you don't hit subscribe, okay?
I definitely will. I didn't know it was on YouTube. I thought it was just like a call-in thing like yours is, Chris, and I was just trying to call in to listen and be nosy.
Well, that's your problem.
It's on YouTube, and all of my shows are also on the player on the front page of my website, too. But go to YouTube. It's more fun.
I will,
okay,
darling.
So you wanted a letter rip, right?
That's what you always give me.
Okie dokie. Okay. This is going to be a year in which a lot of things happen to you. It's a year in which healing happens on all different levels, so that you're going to find you are releasing stuff probably for the entire year, and it's the release is going to come at times when you don't expect it, and it's going to be very exciting for you because it feels as though you're letting go of stuff that you've carried for so long that you no longer need to carry, and it's a wonderful feeling when you'll feel whooshing, you'll feel a release, you'll feel suddenly pains are gone that you've had for a long time. And be sensible. If you get a new pain that scares you, go to the doctor. But for the most part, it feels like you're letting go of things and burdens that you've carried for a very long time. This is going to be a time in which there's a new flow of energy to your life. There's a an intensity, a new intensity to the energy that is flowing through you. And though you may well have been worn out and tired of late, over the last couple of months, it feels as though the energy is really picking up, so that there is great excitement here. As you hit the December time frame, here's where you have spirit energy coming in a way that is unusual and new for you. I really would say that I want to tell you to journal, because it feels to me as though you are a natural channel, and that if you started to journal, you'd be able to get great information from the spirit that you carry within, about the destiny of your lifetime, about the purpose of this lifetime, about the reason that you have gone through the things you've gone through. It will give you the answers you're seeking, but you're not looking in the right place for the answers. And you got it all, and it's right here, and you're a natural channel, and you're a natural empath, so that this information would come very, very fast if you gave yourself the time and the effort to open yourself up to that particular talent. You've got it. You've done it in past lifetimes. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
As you come into the January time frame, I hear there is more of this letting go. January is going to be a time in which you let go of a lot of stuff that you've carried about situations from your past, that you're just letting it go. It's really amazing. And as you do that, there is a new lightness to you that is really very profound. As you hit the February time frame, here you're crossing a threshold into new levels of understanding of this and other dimensions. It means that you are at a point in time where the dogma that has restricted you and held you back and down is released, and that you are able to get into a more cosmic exposure to what is out there beyond this reality. And I'm not talking about, people passing over as much as I am talking about beyond the earth plane. So it feels to me. Okay. Are you familiar with the Emerald Tablets of Thoth?
I know there's other things out there.
Okay. Well, there's a book. It's called the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, and it's by a Dr. DeLong. But the book I'm suggesting you get is one that has an Egyptian figure on it, and he's holding the all-seeing eye, and he's standing on something else. But it's a very distinctive cover.
And I have that tattoo on me, the all-seeing eye.
Okie doke. Well, that's the book I want you to get, and if you have a question about it, just give me a call at.
And what's it called?
It's called the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, and it's by Dr. DeLong. And if you want me to send you the link, just email me, and I'm at barbara.delong@gmail.com, and I will send you the link to the book, so you don't buy the wrong book.
Okay.
The book I'm talking about has the interpretation, but then it has a lengthier interpretation of what the prose means, and it's a really, really good book. So there's a sense here of, as you get into the March time frame, of a duality. It feels like you're working on two different projects at the same time. They don't have any relation to each other, and yet it feels like there's a synchronicity that one fuels the other, and it really looks like it's an exciting time. Money coming into you above and beyond what you expect, and it does feel in the April time frame, and it does feel that you are being rewarded in a very unique and unusual way. It does feel that this is money that is a surprise to you. It's not the lottery. It comes as a surprise, but it comes at a really good time, almost as though it's money that was owed you that you forgot about that is suddenly repaid. As you hit the May time frame, there's work here. There's new work and new directions, and it feels as though you're starting a new project or a new direction that is going to open you up to enlightenment on many different levels, and it's also going to supply some of the answers you've been looking for. June has laughter, joy, and celebration. This is a gathering of new friends and people. This is a reminder of the joy that you carry within. It's a nice respite from the work that you've been doing. And it helps you to rebirth yourself. There's a blissful joyfulness here that is really very profound. As you get into July, there's the element of drawing new people into your life, of opening yourself up to influences that are of unique and different ways that will make you think. You don't have to You don't have to accept things, but you're going to find yourself discussing and talking back and forth about philosophies with people that is going to be a lot of fun. I see you talking the night through, and it does feel as though it's a lot of fun for you. It's energizing. You won't be able to sleep once you get going. As you hit the August time frame, here's where I see you kind of getting a little inner reflective and reflecting on the past and things that have gone on and sort of reviewing and revisiting some of the challenges that you've had and understanding to a great degree, the benefits that you took from all of those circumstances. And it's another way of looking at the challenges that give you a greater sense of enlightenment as to the purpose of them, which makes the difficulty that it may have caused you a lot easier to kind of let go of and say, okay, I understand what the purpose was. I did indeed have a hard head. As you hit the September time frame, here's a unity of focus. You seem to be very focused in new directions, and it feels like yourself opening yourself up to new thoughts, to new philosophies, to new directions, home changes as you come into the October time frame. It feels like you're shifting things around, moving things around. You just have to move things around. It's really kind of exciting. It's just be careful you don't screw yourself up when going to the bathroom at night in the dark.
I do that. I walk in my sleep.
Oh, goodness. Okay. Well, it does feel like home is a focus, and it does feel as though it's a very loving one, and there is a lot of laughter and joy here. Tremendous amount of laughter and joy in the next year to come. Okay?
You nailed it, Barbara. I've been
yay.
sick for the last 3 months with my kidneys. My kidneys been enlarged, and they said that it's been going on for a long time, so I have been very sick and sleep 24/7. I am looking forward to having energy and be able to stay awake.
It's gonna happen.
Bless you. I needed to hear that. I really did. I go see the kidney specialist Friday, so.
Well, a lot of this was to just keep you still because so much was being downloaded. And the downloads, to my knowledge, are
meditating. I have finally been able to meditate.
Cool. So as far as I can tell, the downloads have slowed. There's not going to be as much shoved anybody's way so that we can bring ourselves better into balance and synchronicity. So I think you're going to find everything heals pretty fast now.
Thank you.
Awesome.
I really needed to hear this good, positive stuff.
Good.
Oh, and my daughter is due in December. You said something about something happened in December. She's due in December. Baby number 6 for us.
Oh, Grandma.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good luck with that. December 14th. That'll be the baby birthday.
You think? She's due the 30th, and my dad's birthday was Christmas Eve.
Oh, wow.
And my mom's was Thanksgiving.
Keep us surprised.
So you think it's going to be the 14th?
I always say that because that's my birthday.
Well, that'd be cool.
Every now and then I've been right, though. And, like, someone will say to me, like, recently I was talking to someone I didn't really know online, and they said their birthday was in October. I said, oh, is it October 11th? And they're like, how did you know that? Because that's my brother's birthday, you know what I mean? I go, I just know things, you know what I mean? I just know things. I like to keep people on their toes.
I do got a question for you two intuitives. My little Gucci dog passed away. It'll be a year ago Friday. Mm-hmm. Do they come back and visit us like humans?
Well, I think so. Yeah.
Because I told him Halloween, the veil is thin, Bubby. Come and see Mom. I miss you so much.
They do. They absolutely do.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I get bothered when I hear people like with the veil is thinner crap. And I mean, my theory is, and I could be way up my ass and wrong, but my theory is that we're our own veil. And so I don't really feel like that there's a day that it's somehow magically easier. It doesn't make sense.
Oh yeah, I know.
No. There are two times during the year that there are more deaths than normal, and it's the holiday time. It's the October through December time frame, and then again in the summertime, usually the May through July time frame. And if you look at the statistics, you'll find that the death rate peaks in those two time frames.
Yeah. Yeah.
My mom always called the holidays the devil's days.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Because, people fight more. There's a lot more accidents and stuff. And, the Catholic religion changed the old holidays. It's just something she said, and I've noticed that, around holidays, it's true, there's a lot of chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems to be.
Yeah.
And more sadness than anything else, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and I don't dispute, the higher incidence of deaths and things like this. But like this notion that Halloween is the thinnest veil is when you can talk to the dead, like.
Oh, I stand at that dog's grave every other day.
I talk
to him all the time. I talk to him in the car. I talk to him at home.
You don't have to go to no graves either, people. And but that's just my theory. I think that it's just like another thing that people just regurgitate because they heard it and it sounds right and it sounds spooky or whatever, and it's illogical to me.
I was hoping he'd come to me in a dream so I could just hold him and pet.
And maybe he will. Just keep,
that's what I'm putting out there. I keep telling him, come see Mom.
Yeah, don't put such pressure. And, just before you go to sleep every night, try to relax yourself and go to bed with that thought, calling out to him to come and see you in the dream and see if that happens.
I have seen him in a field running. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
And I'm just happy that he's not in pain because I didn't know he was that sick.
Right. Good.
But grief is so horrible, there's no time limit on it.
No, not at all.
Especially for, he was like my kid, people some people don't get that with animals, but he was my everything. I mean, he saved my life over and over.
Yeah. Well, okay. I got to move.
Bless you guys. Bless your show. Many blessings.
Don't be a stranger, and thank you for calling. I want to give Mary a real quick chance, but I also want to talk to Deb and say at least hi. But Mary, I tried to come to you before. Are you there?
I am. I may have dozed off. I was like, something about your voice, I swear.
I don't say to people, don't forget about taking the sleeping pills. Just I've even had on me, you know what I mean? And so, do you have a quick question maybe? Because we are at Bart, it's like
I do. We had got 2 deaths in a week, and then my husband's mother is coming. She was coming for the holiday anyways, but she sold her house and she's going to be staying with us for a while, and then partly in Texas. So it seems like everything is like rolling like out of control here. So is this, her moving? Was this the right thing for her to do, or?
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm really nervous because she's 93.
Yeah.
And
she doesn't want to be alone.
Well, no, I understand. I mean, it's just that I always had, always, like just hits in threes, knocks in threes, or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
And to have everything, like in 2 in 1 week, and
no, she's not going to be the third,
okay,
if that's what you're worried about.
Yeah, because I'm like, oh my God, this is such a big uprooting for her,
No, she's excited about it.
Okay, because I was like, I told her, I said, this is a lot on her plate. I mean, like I was nervous about something happening,
No, somebody else is going to croak, not her.
Okay.
But it won't be close family.
Oh, okay.
If that's any help.
That's a relief, because that was my, I was like, oh my God.
No, it's not close family, but you will hear about a third.
Okay. All right. Well, that's a relief, because that was one of the ones I was like, oh.
It's never the one you think is going to go.
Right.
I feel that she's quite healthy, actually. She's a little apprehensive, but I think she's going to fit in, and everything's going to be just fine.
Yeah, I mean, we're excited about her coming, and it was just, and she wants 6 months here and 6 months in Texas, and it's just her age. I was just afraid that was going to be too much for her to, maybe settle.
And how old are you?
I'm 65.
Okay. So in 30 years, you will look back and say, what was I thinking?
Well, if I'm here in 30 years, I'll just,
This woman has all of her marbles. She's just fine.
Yeah, well, she's sharp as a tack,
Yeah.
Yeah, she's sharp as a tack. So,
you're gonna have to nail the coffin shut when she dies.
Well, that wouldn't surprise me, not with her. At least she's a good one.
She's a very good one, and she's going to
is.
be around a while.
That's good. All right, well, that was my question. I'm sorry I dozed off, but like I said, you guys just calm.
Oh, well, no, don't worry. It's going to be a great move, and she's going to have a lot of fun.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Thanks for calling.
Yeah, bye-bye.
All right, you take care. So now, do you want to have a quick hello with Deb? It's been a while since I talked to Deb.
Sure.
Okay. And so Mary muted herself. She muted her damn self. And so let's go get Deb. Hi, Deb. Hi, Deb. How are you?
Hi, Chris. Hi, Barb. I'm all right. Busy. But okay. Yeah.
I swear, I don't know how many times I thought I heard you say that it was your last 6 weeks of school. Is it really the end this time?
Yeah. It's the end of my bachelor's degree. Yeah.
Okay, good. Good for you. Been a while, hey? What, 3 years or something?
Well, at this school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. So, what else? Anything new besides that? Just work, on the studies?
Pretty much. I don't know, Barb. What's new? I mean, for you, you're doing the YouTube build up.
Yeah, well, Deb is my producer on my radio show, so she's very involved with everything that I do.
Yeah. Oh, so you guys have been in touch then. So it's only me that's out of touch.
Yeah,
but
that's
I've been
about it.
thinking about you a lot the last 3 weeks. So what the heck's been going on with you? About 4 o'clock every day.
Oh, really? Hey, isn't that interesting?
4 o'clock my time. So what time is that yours? 2?
You're an hour ahead of me, I think. Is it 11 p.m. for you?
Yeah, it is. I wasn't sure if it was an hour or 2 hours between us.
So your 4 o'clock is my 3 o'clock.
Okay, so...
often I'm napping around there, thinking about going to have a nap around then.
Well, then maybe I'm just saying go settle, have a good sleep. I don't know, but I've been thinking about you at 3 o'clock your time.
Interesting. 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And it looks like it's going to be another sleepless day. Well, let me know if anything else comes to you about that. You know what I mean?
Yep. Oh, yeah, I will.
And,
but I want to know if Barb found my cat yet.
Oh, get that damn cat. I was talking to her the other day, and I heard a cat purring. And it was so loud, it was like almost like a motor running, but I knew it was a cat purring. And she didn't hear it, but I sure as heck did.
I didn't hear it, and I don't have any cats in the house, so.
Wow. That's interesting, hey?
Yeah, very interesting, especially because Mark is allergic to cats, and Deb has a dog, so.
Well, we just have Peaches left. Yeah. Mark's dog. That thinks she's mine.
Yeah.
I would say so.
How's your kitten coming? Getting bigger? Hey, Barbara, didn't you have a kitten?
2 of them.
Yeah. They must be like...
They're a year old now, so...
And they type speaking in chat room, so they're either saying they're home state or they know they're on Curious Times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, remember the time Barbara had the cat doing the reading, picking the cards?
Yes, that's true. Bandit did.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, these guys are not psychic; they're just monsters. And every now and then they brought a mouse in one night when I was doing the radio show and set it free in the kitchen, and were chasing it while I was trying to do the radio show.
Oh man!
And she's being all nice and calm and level and collected.
I did.
Mine did that one time, and but used to bring grasshoppers in a lot, and then all of a sudden I'd hear them cricketing or whatever, making the grasshopper sound. And
that's annoying.
Oh my gosh! And then I'm all like, "You're a twisted cat," you know what I mean? You just like bringing them in alive just to run around and play with them, It's like that time I did catch the mouse and free it before my cat killed it, so that was good.
Wow!
Because I can't handle that. One time I came home from work and one time I came home from work and there was I saw a couple feathers, but then I saw a little bit of blood on the wall, and I'm like, what the hell? And I searched high and low, and all I could manage to find was one talon of this little bird. And I'm like, how did a freaking bird get in here? I didn't see no bird, crawl in while I left for work this morning. And so then one Saturday afternoon, I was napping on my couch, and I had a fireplace in that townhouse, and I heard this commotion, and I woke up. And I guess a bird had come down through the chimney, and there was my cat trying to get it. So I'm like, that's how that happened. I should keep that closed then, I guess. And but it was the biggest mystery to me that all I could find was one talon, and how did the bird get in there? But cats are funny that way. Anyway. Wow. So okay, Deb, good to hear from you. I hope that your last 6 weeks goes really fast, and I know you're going to do really well. And then hopefully we can
smoothly. Don't speed up my time.
You know what I mean. So that it can be done, and then maybe we'll get to see you a little bit more.
Yep, hopefully.
All right. Good. Okay, so Barbara, are you still doing your shows at Freedom Slips? Yes.
Yes, I am.
Okay, and that's what 10 p.m.
Monday night 10 p.m. Eastern.
Right. freedomslips.com. And, of course, barbaradelong.com. Go there, get the YouTube link, and go and please click subscribe. Or I'll hunt you two down like a dirty dog. And,
Thank you.
Yeah, no, it's good. And also, like anybody, like the previous caller, Scarlett. Oh, she's not there no more. Okay. There's a lot of other really cool information on Barbara's website. So if you're ever bored one time and you want to go find out something cool and new, go and get lost in her website. So thanks, Barbara. It's been nice catching up with you.
Absolutely. And, try to stay healthy. I'll try to stay healthy, and, we'll get back in a rotation here.
Yes, exactly. And the website, stay healthy. And so we're back again with you in 1 month's time. And wait a second, 6th of December. So December 6th. So we'll see you then. And in the meanwhile, I'm going to go catch up with your YouTube site and check out some of those shows. Okay?
Yes.
All right. Okay, everybody, I'm going to choke out, and then I'm going to call it a night. I don't really see anybody really queued up for overtime. And so let's just call it then. And everybody take care. www.barbaradelon.com. Thank you, Barbara. Thank you, Deb. Nice to talk to you again. And we're out of here. 3, 2, 1.